is where the wrestling truth resides.
You good there, Niles? I see you backstage.
He's back.
Okay, I think he's all set.
He's giving the waves. All
Roll
right,
the stinger.
let's roll it.
I think this is fake. You think it's fake? What's that?
Interview questions with Levi Spade.
Huh? You think it's fake? You come like that with your face? Easy. Huh? What do you mean?
Wow.
I'll never get sick of it.
David Schultz, man. Oof.
I'll never get sick of it.
Why don't you
to
introduce
interview
your
segments with Levi Spade, and today we have the first Colorado indie scene guy on the show. He is currently the newly crowned AIWF Deathmatch Champion, the CSW 703 Niles, correct? 703. Is that right? I think that's right. The 703 champion. No. And and the CWC Young Dragons champion, which puts him in a very special category of being one of few to be a triple crown champion in Colorado. He is, of course, the first dragon, Niles Blood. No, get on your goddamn side.
What's up, dude?
how's it going?
Welcome.
What's up? It's the 719 title, by the way.
719. I
Way
knew
to
I was going to
fuck up his
it up.
spot.
Levi fuck up a spot? No, Levi.
All right, look. In my defense, I had to go hunting for CWC's Facebook page when I was making the post about you. So I at least, or not CWC, CSW, I at least got CSW correct because I almost completely forgot about them.
So, just random side note for you lovely folks, if you see a hand coming up over here to my left, that's my girlfriend sitting on the couch cross-stitching. There you go.
So, welcome, Niles. This is the Per Sessions podcast, and I kind of gave you the rundown of it, but we try to keep the interview segments 30 to 40 minutes, but we've been tending to go like an hour just talking and shooting the shit. So if you end up needing to go for any reason, you're more than welcome to just say that you got to dip out. But I always start this off with asking our guests to introduce themselves, anything that you want people to know that I didn't already mention.
Yeah, man. Born in Miami, Florida. That's where I'm billed out of. Currently, Colorado Triple Crown champion. Got them all in the background behind me. That's about it, man. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I'm one of a select few here in Colorado that get to call themselves a Triple Crown champion, and to hold myself in the same esteem as one of my heroes, Mitsuharu Misawa, is, I mean, it's a little kid's dream come true, man.
The age-old question that we always jump into right after that is, of course, what got you into wrestling, and when did you start wrestling?
So, actually, I was fortunate enough that my father was a wrestler before I was a wrestler. I got to grow up a little bit in the business during the 90s and early 2000s. He went by the in-ring name Von Tankard. He was part of the Snack Pack, which was founded by Big Dick Dudley and Dudley. So it was an experience, man. What wanted me to start wrestling, I would say. I've always wanted to wrestle. I've always wanted to be a wrestler. But what got me started, man, is I started like getting resentful and started actually like becoming like a troll. And I was like, you know what? I'm not mad at these people that I'm watching. I'm not mad at these performers. I'm mad at myself because I want to do this. So I bit the bullet. I pulled the trigger, man. And, you know, a couple years later, here I am. Like, it's something that I've worked hard for. It's something that I'm never going to stop working hard for. So it's crazy to be in this business. I started a little late. I'm 32 years old now, and I'm here now. That's all that there is to say on that matter.
So starting late, trust me, starting late, you're not
Yeah.
starting very late. I started at 37.
Oh,
I
okay,
was
okay.
27
Yeah, so-
when I started, so don't
yeah.
feel bad.
So roughly how long? I know that you like kind of grew up in the business, but roughly how long have you yourself been doing it for?
I've been doing it for 3 years now.
So we're tied. I just
Yeah.
had my 2-year anniversary in front of a live crowd, and I trained for about 10 months before that. So I've always said that I'm like 3 years into it because I started shortly before the new year turned over. So we're almost tied. All right, moving on. So the next question is, I know that me and you share a very similar kind of like love for Japanese wrestling and stuff like that. So who is your favorite all time and who is your biggest inspiration? Because like for me, my favorite of all time is probably The Undertaker, but he's not, when it comes to in-ring stuff, he's not my biggest inspiration. So two separate questions that kind of get mixed into one.
I mean, I'd say my favorite, hands down, someone I'm always entertained with, even now that they kind of do these like reality shows. But Stone Cold, man, Stone Cold was always hands down one of my favorites. Captivating on the even after he got injured, and changed his wrestling style. He still was able to perform at a high level and keep himself there. As far as like Japanese inspiration, man, a couple come to mind. Just gonna shoot them off real quick, keep it easy. But Mitsuharu Misawa, who I've already mentioned, Minoru Suzuki, Katsuyori Shibata, and then Kenta Kobashi are 4 gentlemen that I look at constantly and watch constantly when I'm either training or just chilling at work, doing my job. I'll have it on, watching it. Japanese pro wrestling is something that I discovered young when I was a kid. My dad was a tape trader, so I got to see All Japan Pro, New Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah. I got to see FMW, which is a huge deathmatch inspiration. On the deathmatch side of Japanese wrestling, it would be Asashi Onita, who is somebody who I cannot idolize more. He just, he had a rough past or whatever, but his in-ring work, his ability to keep an audience in the palm of his hand is absolutely undeniable. So there's a couple,
This is actually a replacement question. So you are the first interview guest I will ask. I will ask this question to, and I feel like this is a good spot for it. As I said, we have a lot of the same kind of. I've gotten the vibe that we have a lot of the same kind of like watching and inspiration kind of thing. So, what is your favorite style of wrestling? I feel like this is an interesting question. Is it I know you're a big deathmatch guy. Is it the deathmatch, or is it the Japanese strong, like the traditional strong style, the catch can, the like, what is your favorite style to watch and or perform?
I'm a huge practitioner of Japanese strong style. It's something that I've watched since I was a kid. The Japanese fighting spirit is what's the word? It is just, I keep saying undeniable, but it's undeniable. Like when a dude gets rocked and fires up and comes back with a big shot or hits somebody with a big power move, you're like, the tension and the cathartic release of like, oh, it finally happened, is something I've always strived to capture in my matches. I do focus, much like you, on striking and the moves that I know will devastate an opponent. So that's my main focus. But Catch as Catch Can has a special place in my heart. British wrestling, William Regal is a huge inspiration that I watch. In ring ability, I love the British strong style guys, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, all those guys. So I think just strong style as a whole, American strong style, Japanese, British, doesn't matter. That's where I draw most inspiration from, because I'm not really like the most athletic guy, man. So I try to work to my strengths, which is my big ass forearms and my ability to pick most people up without thinking about it.
And they're eating that. Tiger Driver, hey.
Just got a compilation from just Tiger Drivers. See,
You should
because
put together a compilation of yours.
No.
Niles.
No.
Oh,
that was almost as smooth as the one that you took, Nix.
Oh, shut up. And yes.
that was the first time he pulled it out. See, that's a little safer. You got a full roto on the guy.
I love watching like the Emerald Flosion is something that I've been wanting to work into, or like a version of the Emerald Flosion is something that I've been thinking about working into my arsenal. And if you go back and watch the first time like he debuts the Emerald Flosion and hits it, it's that exact same thing where you're like, oh my fucking god, he's dead.
Oh, it was Hiromu Takahashi. He hit the time bomb number 2 after he came back from a neck injury, and that was the big build of the match, was the time bomb number 2. What's the time bomb number 2? And when he finally whipped it out, dude, it was one of the craziest moves I had ever seen. Like,
So should we pull up Dylan's Tiger Driver?
Yeah, I was actually
Since we're
thinking
talking
of
about
that.
it, I was going to say,
I hate you guys.
I'll ask Niles the next question.
I
while we
hate you
show
guys.
what
Wow.
not to do when taking a Tiger Driver.
I've never taken one before. What do you want from me?
Yeah, we'll give the backstory when we get to it. Don't worry. So Niles, as a deathmatch guy and as somebody who's been in the business for about as long as I have, the question I'm going to jump to here is the worst bump that you've ever seen and taken, because they tend to be two separate things. But I love hearing people's stories about the worst bumps that they've seen and then the worst bumps that they personally have taken.
man, I mean, besides the crazy shit that pops up on the internet every once in a while,
Personally seen.
the worst bump I saw, it didn't even look that bad, but it was Luchador Red Viper, who's a local Colorado hero. He went to do a Spanish fly, timing was off with his opponent, something happened, he landed on his hip mostly, and it didn't look crazy, but he couldn't get up, and he had shattered his hip. So, but he's doing better now. He's recovered. He's doing great. He been getting in the ring. So, Red Viper's doing great, and look forward to his return. The craziest one, oh man,
And it doesn't even need to be crazy. Like, I feel like in that vein, I would probably say the craziest bump I've ever taken would be the bump that I took on a stack of chairs. I took a package pile driver on a stack of chairs during a hardcore match, but that wasn't like a bad bump. And like the chairs didn't separate either. So I took it on the chairs, but it wasn't like, that wasn't a bad bump. But in that same match was the bump that I took that almost paralyzed me, that I've talked to our newer students at the butcher shop about, when I got sidewalk slammed on the floor and I was crooked because of the way I was picked up. It was shot on, so I was picked up and dropped, and I was crooked and landed on my left like tailbone, got pushed all the way up, so it was flush with the bottom of my spine, so it almost paralyzed me. So
Gross.
that's the worst bump I've ever taken. But the craziest bump would probably be the package pile driver on the chairs that I took.
I think the worst bump was it was one of my first matches, probably like 4th or 5th. It was against my trainer at Empower Training Facility. His name is Jimbo Lucas. And it was me and him at Combat and Cabaret 2. Had a singles match for the first time. I went up for a spine buster. I don't even know what happened. But when I came down, my leg tucked up underneath me. And like my ankle folded backwards. Luckily, I have a strap on my boots that keeps my ankle locked in. So when it happened, that strap came in clutch and kept my
hate it.
ankle from snapping. But that was the worst bump I've ever taken, and that was my own fault. Even when I broke my wrist, it wasn't even that bad of a bump. It was just a miscalculation on my attempt. I jumped off the top rope, and one of my buddies, Type 1 Warrior, said he saw the rope rotate because they're actually cables, they're not ropes. So I was like, oh, but I came off and wrong placement, had my hand out, broke my wrist, but the bump felt fine.
Hey, that's kind of what happened. That's kind of what happened to me when I jumped off to give him a double stomp, and I slid off his back, and that's how I fractured my ankle. When I had my ankle injury, very early on. I think I was only 6 months into it. Came off for a double stomp, and I caught his shirt, slipped off his back, and fractured my ankle.
That was a really bad practice match. I felt really bad afterwards.
Dude, I wish I had the footage for that match.
Oh, it was bad.
Man, I wish I had the footage for that match.
We do have the footage of the match where I think somewhere where I went for the jump up senton and caught my foot on you.
I
And,
Yes.
I went,
great.
"Bleh."
I thought you were gonna talk about when we're doing in practice where we're doing the up and overs and
Oh no,
was it your shirt or my shirt? Fucking like
it was mine. You actually caught under my shirt, and I was like, "What the hell, man?"
Nice. Did you,
like,
did you
I
get Dylan's
can't.
Tiger Driver? Or did
I
you need me to
did.
tell you what match it's in?
I did. No,
let's,
I didn't. No, and
no,
the
let's
reason,
watch what not to do when taking a Tiger
the
Driver.
reason why I was laughing because I immediately I clicked forward in the video and I was immediately right on to where it happened. It's 2 minutes.
This is what not to do when taking a Tiger Driver, Niles. Ready?
Well, before we get into it, why don't you explain their Nix of the whole situation?
So Eric was being Eric, and he's like, all right, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna hit you with the Pearl River Plunge, and I'm like, okay, I've never taken one of those. He's like, yeah, you're fine, and I'm like, dude, no, I've never I've never taken a power bomb besides one off the rope where I kind of just lay myself out. And he's like, oh no, it's totally fine. It's just just do a sit up. And I was like, okay, I've never done this. So I'm like, in the middle of the match, yeah, I can do this. Why not? Right? Goes and hooks me up and lifts me up, and I don't sit up and literally land almost on my head on the way back down. So,
yeah. So for context, because you're out here with me now. You're out here with me now. So these two are my old tag partners. Dylan is actually the one that I had the loser leaves town match with when I moved out here. So he is the tag partner that I tend to talk about the most. So you'll see me on the apron when he gets hit with this move.
Yeah.
And I go, because I literally thought he was dead. It was one of those moments where it was like, oh my God, please move. Please move. Please just move your arm, just something. I thought he was dead.
Yeah. First thing Eric did was grab my leg and give me the squeeze to make sure I was good. I double patted his boot real quick, and I could see the look at Eric's face
yeah, right.
He's alive. Oh, here we go. I'm excited. Oh no!
He missed time the first one.
Oh!
Like I said,
Oh my God!
Yeah, never taken it before, so.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, come here. Oh, okay, never mind.
Show everyone my pain. That's how it is.
Beautiful.
That was crazy.
Dude, it was gross. It was gross. Luckily, nothing. I literally, as I was coming down, I realized how out of place I was and how really off I was. So I literally went like this real quick, and you could kind of see me twist in the motion. So I landed on the back of my shoulder.
Oof.
So it wasn't.
But being on the apron behind the move, only seeing him crumple down like this and lay flat, I went, he's dead. I was like, and then the guy who gave it to him, we got into the heat, and he looked at me on the apron and he was like, I just killed your tag partner or something. Or he was like, I almost just murdered your tag partner. I was like, I know, it was kind of a dick move.
Oh shit!
You're okay, man. Holy
Oh
shit.
no, I'm relatively fine except for stupid crap I do it myself now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys hurt yourselves more out of the ring than I
So
hear you hurt
true.
yourself in
Oh
the
my
ring.
God!
I
heard
slept wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say I literally woke up yesterday afternoon, take a nap from doing bullshit, and my back was killing me. I was like, oh, I'll hopefully sleep tonight and be fine, and it's even worse. So, yay for being 30.
Oh, shut up.
I feel that, brother.
What is Niles? What is your favorite wrestling move and
What are you
finisher? So they
Oh no,
tend.
it showed me Dylan Nix getting dropped on his head with a tiger driver.
Oh, yeah?
It was brutal, dude.
Oh, man, can I see it?
I mean,
Pull it back up. Pull it
I
up.
guess we're pulling it back
it
up.
Yeah.
Pull it
So
up.
this is my brother. Yeah, what's up?
He's good. We can laugh because he's still alive. It's
Yes,
fine.
yes, it's okay.
I'm alive and okay.
I mean, I'm fucked up enough. I might laugh even if you were dead.
Be fair, so with Levi.
True. I probably would have finished the match. Knowing me, I would have been like, just move.
Roll him under the ring.
Just get him away.
We went harder
We
than
finish the match.
Yeah.
The show goes on.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, favorite wrestling move and finisher. They tend to be, if they're not the same, if they're not two separate things, that's fine. Mine tend to be two separate things. I know most of the people I talk to tends to be two separate things. Like I love a really good arm drag. I love an arm drag, but that's not my favorite finisher because it's not a finisher.
Damn. Favorite finisher is the V trigger. Currently, it's out of nowhere and it's always a surprise, and it looks impactful as shit. And sometimes when they post photos of like close-ups of it connecting, I'm like, oh yeah.
The ripples in the face.
My favorite move though, dude, has got to be a German. Like I don't care who hits it. If you hit it right, it's beautiful. Like, and it's so simple. It's so simplistic, and it has such real world application. Like it's used in Greco-Roman and collegiate and folk style and freestyle. Like it has such real world basis that I think it's easy for the fans to connect with too, even casual fans. Like you see a dude get picked up and lifted up over somebody's head and dropped to the mat. Like, you know, that sucks. Like, regardless.
I think I've hit one German throughout my career, and it's something that I plan. It's something that I plan to add, to continue to add to my arsenal. But it's funny because I was just talking about the German that I gave to you, Kat, the other day, because there's a dude named Mondo, and we were in a big Rumble match that I think we reviewed actually at the Boulder Taco Fest a couple weeks ago, and I was supposed to give Mondo a German, the exact same spot that I did with you. I was going to do with him, and then we ended up doing another spot. We didn't end up getting to it, but I was talking about that German because I was like, Mondo, trust me, I have German suplexed a guy twice your fucking size, waist wise, and he was fine. I can give you the German. We're good.
Well, the German too is more of testing. You got to trust yourself. You can't bitch out. You just got to go.
I've got stories. I bet you do. I got stories.
Because this guy right here is actually the suplex king here. He loves giving suplexes to everybody who doesn't, isn't a little bitch about it.
I told them about the fact that out here it's like we give a vertical and the crowd goes fucking insane for it. Back home, like he's got to throw 18 suplexes to get the crowd to pop. And I was telling them about it, and because I did the superplex on Crush in our hardcore match, and he was like, "Oh my god, the crowd popped like hell for that." And I was like, "Yeah, because they pop for a fucking normal vertical out here. Like it's not something like people don't throw like other suplexes." So they're very interested about coming out here and wrestling on a show, because just for the sole purpose that he could just sit there and throw somebody for an entire match, and it will pop the crowd every fucking time he picks and throws somebody up. What if I could find? I want to find the video of me Germaning Cat while I'm looking for this. What's your favorite title belt? This seems to be a very like.
This is one of my favorite questions, personally.
Yeah, like not convoluted, but this seems to be a very like argumentative question that I didn't expect to get so much heat. But every time I ask it, it ends up getting like everybody all riled up. So, what is your favorite title belt?
My favorite title belt is the Young Dragon title right behind me. No. Sorry.
Hey, it's a beautiful belt. I've told plenty of people that since that belt got announced and shown, I've said that it's one that I want before I leave this state.
Nah, it's absolutely
because it's a beautiful title.
It really is. My favorite title, oh man, hands down. Hands fucking down. There's two flashing in my head, but the original New Japan Heavyweight title and the ECW Heavyweight title.
Get that upstairs.
Do you? Hell yeah.
Go grab it.
Guys get that.
Okay, hold on. Be right back.
No, the original IWGP Heavyweight title was absolutely gorgeous, man. The lion's head in the middle. The lineage of that title, too, is absolutely insane. I know it's combined with their international title now, so it's recognized as like the world title, the IWGP world title. So it's
This one
thank
or-
you,
that's the new one.
That
That's the new one.
Yeah,
The
that's
other one
the
right
new
there
one.
next to it.
This one?
It's
Yeah.
the one next to it. No,
Yeah. They're both. I love the new design though. It's pretty crazy. But the original with the nameplates on the side and the lion head,
Yeah.
like it's a classic looking title to me, man.
I mean, being a Japanese guy, I'm a sucker for the Intercontinental title.
Oh yeah.
That is one of the prettiest belts.
Can I say I hate the new one? It looks way too much like something All Might would wear.
I
yeah.
fucking love All Might. Plus,
I like All Might too, but I mean, for a title belt, that's not what I'm expecting. I'm expecting like the version 4 for a title belt.
No, I think it might just be the harsh edges, the giant wings. Oh, there it is. It's so glorious. Yeah, look at that thing, man.
You are talking to a guy that's a huge Shane Douglas and Taz mark.
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna say he's the suplex. Kat called him the suplex king. He's just a glorified indie Taz. Don't let him fool you.
Hey.
Isn't that just Hook?
We were talking about suplexes and stuff like
Get my
that.
ass kicked.
I was gonna say,
Oh, this is a good.
yeah,
one.
this is still my favorite fucking.
Oh,
spot.
this was good. Yeah.
Oh,
They
I see
actually recreated
Thor.
this at the fair.
Yeah, this is actually the hardcore match that I was just
Yeah.
talking about. Jumped off a basketball hoop. In this match.
Boom! That
Good old exploder.
So good, man. I've been
So
wanting
good.
to implement the exploder.
It's actually my bread and butter, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't want to take it. I don't want to take it." All I tell them is like, it's a 3/4 roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really, it's all it is. It's a 3/4 roll.
Yeah,
It's like,
I just had to explain an exploder to the guy that I wrestled last Saturday because I was gonna hit him with one, and then he fucked up all of the spots leading up to it. So I just dropped him on his fucking skull with a brainbuster.
that sounds like
I didn't
Levi.
I didn't upload that video, but I thought about uploading it today and walking into this podcast being like, "Hey guys, you want to see what happens when why you don't piss Levi off and fuck up simple spots?" Because
I just watched that match. The only thing that was messed up was the fucking when he went to backflip over you.
that's what you think.
That's when we 3D'd him on the forks. That's
Yeah.
right. I remember that.
the 3D that we gave Hess over the at the
Jesus.
fucking fair was gross.
You
I
see,
thought he was gonna
Niles,
die.
Gross.
you see, Niles, that's what you think because I know how to cover shit up.
I don't believe him.
If you look into Levi's matches, you're gonna find a lot of his matches are shit. He fucks up a lot of stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, but out of the two of us, pretty sure Dylan fucked up more spots than I did.
I wasn't gonna bring him up. I
how
wasn't
many
bringing him into
matches
the.
could I pull up right now of our opponents beating the living shit out of Dylan because he fucked up a simple spot and they got pissed off at him?
One actually. The rest of them, we actually made everything work because I'm smart enough to make shit work, even if I screw the stuff up. The only one that I really get the shit kicked out of me was that triple threat tag match.
Oh, that triple threat was beautiful.
That was
For you, asshole.
Hey, it's not my fault you fucked up the simple spot. I'm trying to get the German spot pulled up here.
I wish I had a good video, but like the first duplex in this video, actually, I'll play it. I'll pull it up anyway. Give me a sec.
I couldn't find it, but I just found it. So now,
Sorry.
what is your favorite? I did not mean to share that to my store. What is your favorite entrance music? This tends to be another one that sparks controversy of all
No,
time.
man, I'm pretty simple. Give me like, oh man, Taz was always good when his music hit. I love one that I play all the time myself is I'm such a fucking mark, but Kenny Omega's Battle Cry. That is
Dude, that is a good one. Yeah.
it gets me hyped, dude. Like I hear the battle cry. Yeah, I think and always Degeneration X too, man. Like that's just something that we like will fuck around with backstage and just start like a cappella singing it and shit. Just start messing around with each other.
I don't know why it just came to my mind, but I have to admit that I think one of my favorite memories out here right now is if I don't have my custom music, my default music is Living on a Prayer. That used to be my baby music. And there's a memory that I have of us taking down the ring, the first chopping block show that I was at. So it was my third match at Colorado. And I don't know who the fuck did it, but somebody played it on the fucking speakers at the Roxy at like max volume. So it's just all of us just so fucking tired and wanting to just go the fuck home. And somebody played it and we're taking down the ring, just screaming, Living on a Prayer. And it's one of my favorite memories because there was, I think, 3 people that were at the block party that heard me come out to that music that all kind of looked at me like halfway through the song and went, "Isn't this your music?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's my backup music when I don't have my actual music to come out to." So it's become synonymous with me and all of us singing it. It's just a beautiful memory of fucking stupidity trying to get that ring down.
Could be worse. Could be Ben playing Crab Rave at full volume at the dojo.
Oh, well, I was gonna say it's the same thing as when we used to have to take the dojo ring down in the fucking warehouse. We'd pull up with the U-Haul and open the door and just be loading the ring back in. But somebody would turn the TV on with YouTube and start playing some random shit that everybody would start singing at fucking midnight when we all just wanted to go the fuck to sleep.
Those are the best, man. That's why I fell in love with the Primos, dude. As you know, after every show, we close the show with Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they do that at NCW too, over here in Massachusetts.
Dude,
So yeah,
a couple times, more than one person has broken out into a beautiful rendition of that song. And yeah, no, I hold those memories too. Like I love being in the ring and I love wrestling, but sometimes it's those little moments, like being backstage with the boys and making a stupid joke that carries on into the next show and the next show. I had a run-on joke with one of my buddies that our entire match was going to be nothing but running knees, V triggers, like anything to do with knees, just knees.
Sounds like Dylan's got the same running joke, except it's Canadian.
Super
kick, Canadian destroyer, super kick.
And then we finished the match with a roll up.
I never add this Canadian Destroyers. Literally, I called the match with Blade Bandit once. I was like, all right, Spence. So it's going to be super kick, 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 kneeling super kick on the earring apron, super kick, and small package for the finish. And Spencer, bless his heart, without missing a beat, looks at me and goes, yeah, okay.
The sad part is the Usos took that apparently to heart and did that for the.
Oh my god, yes.
I love a good super kick. Shawn Michaels,
dude. One of my favorite spots out here is the spot we did at the Rumble when Mondo super kicked Bobby, and I was like, because I'm so like in tune with my kicks that I know even if somebody doesn't realize it, I can kick them without actually hitting them. So we're in the Rumble. Mondo kicks Bobby. Me and Niles are going at it. Mondo kicks Bobby, and I fucking hit Niles and then backed up, and I just hear Niles go, "I'm hitting you with one," because he could tell what I was about to do. So I walked out. Mondo turned around. I super kicked Mondo, and I just looked at him. I was like, "That's how it's fucking done." And then I turned around, and Niles just cleaned me right in the face. And I back rolled out of it, and I was like, "Yay, that was great."
No, the crowd at the Taco Fest was absolutely
Oh my
ravenous,
God,
man.
it
It was so fun to perform there. We didn't really like talk about anything. We just started going out there and having fun, dude. And they caught the vibe, and they were rolling with it. Sorry, my dog biting a squeaky toy.
There was 3 guys in the front row, and I did a 619. Only done it one other time in my career, and I was like, I don't know if I can do it, but fuck it, because that's all they wanted to see. They were screaming. 619. So I just grabbed Niles and I was like, 619, and I kicked him in the leg and set him. And I was like, I really fucking hope I can hit this. Because I've only ever hit it in the tag match. At
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's the only other time I've ever done it. So I was like,
us just going.
I was like, I really hope I can do it, and I did it, and they lost their fucking minds.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, it's
And I was like,
3W.
cool.
None of us cared.
Yeah,
No.
no, that's
It was
what I
so
was-
great. That's what
We
I
were
love about
just all there to have
Primos. We can
fun,
do
dude.
dumb shit like that, and it's not like it's funny because it's very much like Let's Wrestle, but at the same time, it's not as like cemented. Like you have to do this shit. Like Primos is a lot more open end, and
it's so nice.
Product has even said that. Joey has even said he doesn't really care about the moves. He cares about the story, which is great because it's one of the things that I tend to focus on is like storytelling. So he's like, I don't give a shit what the fuck you do in the ring. As long as you get whatever story that I told you to get across, then we can do whatever the fuck we want in the ring, and it's not a big deal. And it's great because at least it's way more open-ended and a lot less stressful going out there and just doing what the fuck we want to do.
No, it is nice. And at the same time, we have great agents in the back that are willing to step in anytime you ask them and, give you criticism or critique or, probably recommend a move here or maybe, hey, wait on this and let it breathe for a second. So I do love that. That we have not only the ability to tell the stories we want in the ring, but also we do have that safety net of guys who have been doing it, 20 plus years, 10 plus years that have our backs and are like, yo, maybe try this, maybe. And it's never out of a place of contention. It's always to better you.
It's never one of those things that, because I've worked a couple shows where it's like I'll be backstage listening to something, like I'll be talking with whatever going over my match, and I'm listening to something off here, and I'll turn around and I'll be like, "Why the fuck are you doing it that way?" And it's like immediate turn, like fuck this guy kind of thing. And Primos, it really, none of the scenes that I've seen out here are really like that, where it's like if I were to be talking with somebody, but then hear something over here, and I'm like, wait a minute, don't fucking do it like that. That's a stupid way to do it. It's never like, well, fuck you, that's how we're going to do it. It's always like, actually, no, that kind of makes sense. Or it's like, well, we're doing it this way because X, Y, and Z. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's the biggest question it's always why. Why are you doing this? Why is this happening? That is
Player One actually just did that the other day. When I was going over the match with the guy that I wrestled on Saturday.
Mr. Right.
Yeah, that's his name. I couldn't think of it. I keep wanting to call him Mr. Perfect, and I know that's not right. But yeah, when we were going over that match, he chimed in and he was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And we were already like in the middle of the match calling wise. So he thought we were in the beginning. So he kind of just chimed in like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And I was just like, no, it makes sense. We're just in the middle of the fucking match, not at the beginning. And he's like, oh, okay, it does make sense then.
You missed step 1 through 12. You showed up at 13 and are confused.
Right. Do you want to see that German? That
you got the
Levi
German?
game?
I got the German pulled up too. So if you've got it, that's fine.
This guy needs a sandwich.
On God, dude.
I keep on telling him you can have some of my fat, and he says he'll go for it. But
Fucking give it to me, bro.
I got some for him. Oh, here we go. Drop kick to the ass. Off the ropes. That was
Dude.
incredible. And then you should have immediately been tossed out.
So
Well-
what's so funny about that, and what I love to tell about that specific German, is we didn't tell anybody
no.
that's what we were doing. I pulled him aside and was like, yo, I've got this idea. We should do this. And we didn't tell anybody, even backstage, while we were like ready to go out. We didn't fucking, like, I was whispering in his ear, like, okay, this is what's going to happen when I break the curtain. So nobody fucking knew. So when I picked him up and threw him, half the people in that match were like, what the fuck? And I was like, yes, I popped all the boys.
Yeah, and for all the people who are watching this and don't know what's going on, this is all the dojo students beating the fuck out of me,
Oh, yeah.
Except for Red Dog.
except for Red Dog.
Me and Dylan were working together, and then everybody decided to join in. And
I am so happy somebody let go enough
I
for
think
me to brace.
I think that was Jets. That let go.
Too, because that would have fucking sucked. Just as like, okay, I guess I'm
So-
just gonna eat it.
so me and Dylan were working together because we had already had that specific show. We had won the tag titles, and we were supposed to face Cat and his partner, but his partner ended up
Retiring,
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Retiring, literally
It was an injury.
retiring.
So we
His heart
already
fucked
kind of
up.
had a story with
wrestling.
Cat going on. So me and Dylan were teaming up on Cat, playing off of the story, and for some fucking reason, everybody else just decided, yeah, fuck it, we're gonna join. So they just, at some point, they all just held Cat. I was like, wait, I got an idea, and I went to climb up, and Dylan and our friend Jess grabbed his arms and held him down, and then two other random fucking people that had nothing to do with anything going on just jumped over and were like, wait a minute, we got this.
This is payback, you son bitch.
I think that was Red Dog, and I
And,
want to say it was JC Knight.
no,
the guy
no,
that won.
it's,
I can't think of his name.
shit, Dante.
Dante
Yeah, the
Dio.
guy that
Yeah.
almost beat the
Dante
shit
Dio.
out of because
Yeah.
he fucking shot on me, and
Everybody was shooting. Everyone was shooting
Ooh.
that night with that fucking rumble. I'm like, is this how we're fucking
he shot
going?
dude, so he shot on me in the ring, and I got thrown out. And there were a couple spots at the end where, like, they both went out through the middle rope, and the lumberjacks were beating on him. And I specifically remember Dylan being like, "Calm down," because he was behind me, and he just went, "Calm down," because he could see, like, because he was out, and I picked him up and fucking hit him. And I was gonna just keep hitting him, and I just heard Dylan go, "Calm down," and he just kind of grabbed me in the back, and I was like, I was like, I don't want to.
I'm sitting there like, we're faces.
Dude, that was the second match. I was so disappointed that that never fucking happened. Was us versus you guys.
Yeah.
I bet you it would have been the best
Oh,
fucking
that would have
match.
been a good match.
Because we had just done all the stupid shit. Like, it's
Oh,
like, okay, we're gonna burn the house down and show everybody why the dojo students are the reason why the show is keeping up. Is that one and the match with Jess that never fucking happened. I was months planning on it, months. So I might actually go over it one time.
In that defense, I did kind of pawn the tag title off on you when I left for Colorado.
Well, we were already technically a team. We were always supposed to be a team.
The thing is when the Seawolves started, Cat was supposed to be a part of it. And then towards the end, before I moved out here, we actually got Cat in, and then we had the loser leaves town match. So the fans already kind of knew that we were a thing. So we did this whole promo thing after a show. I think it was the hardcore match show, actually.
Yeah.
It was.
We did this whole promo thing where I was like, I gotta leave. I gotta go do other shit. So here, I was just kind of like, I don't want Dylan to have to defend these or for us to give these up without a fight. So, here you go. It was like, I'm giving you the choice. Either stop being a cunt and defend the title, or keep being a cunt and Dylan will just beat the shit out of you. And it was like, okay, here you go.
I was so mad. I was like, finally, we've been doing this for fucking years now. I was supposed to be in it. I am finally in it on a level that's noticed by the fans, because we were doing stuff in the background for like other promotions, but like Let's Wrestle was like, okay, finally we're all together like we're supposed to be, and we're supposed to start in Vacation Land. It got fucked up, but now finally we're here. And this
So
motherfucker
much.
goes, oh, I'm going to Colorado, by the way.
It kind of was. It was like, I want to say it was 2 months that we had where we were like a solid team, and then I kind of was like, hey, so
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
met this really awesome girl, and I think I'm gonna leave and move out to Colorado. So like, bye.
Yeah,
We were kind of
asshole.
like, well, shit. I'll get it for you, Dylan.
Cool.
So while I'm getting this video
Technology.
queued up, Niles, we're getting towards the end, and I appreciate you for coming on and hanging out, because I was unaware that they wanted a guest on until like 2 days ago, and was like, well, it's between Niles, Audie, and Caleb Crush. I was gonna text all three of you. I put your names on a wheel, I spun the wheel, and you came up. So here we are.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel, make the deal. Spin the wheel, make the
As
deal.
I said, probably much to the dismay of Damian Malice, because I 100% told Malice that I was going to have him on before anybody else. And
Oopsie.
now Niles Blood is here.
Well, I mean, luckily Malice is out of town wrestling right now, so he's not even in the States. So you avoided that one.
There we go.
It was just one of those things, because he had posted the other day. He was like, I got to get on more podcasts. And I was like, hey, I run a weekly podcast where we have like 2 guests a month. So like, hey, let's talk. And then it was like, well, it's last minute, but I bet I could get Niles, Audie, or Caleb to join me. And I spun the wheel, and your name came up first. So I was like, fuck it, I'll text Niles and see if he's down.
Niles ain't doing shit.
I didn't figure. Okay, this is my favorite question, because this tends to be the most like not confusing, but like stop to think question that I ask people that we have on the show. What is your dream match? Both a dream match for you personally. If you yourself could take any person throughout wrestling history in their prime and stand across the ring from them, who would you want to work? And also, not you, but if you could take 2 people from any point in their prime and stick them across the ring from each other, who would you want to work? I always give the example. For me, it would be like I want to work Anthony Henry or Malachi Black. Those are 2 of my dream matches. And I could see like Stone Cold and LA Knight both in their primes. That would be a banger.
Uh-oh.
That's like a dream, like a prime dream match.
Those are pretty good. For me, man, 2 dream matches that instantly come to mind is Minoru Suzuki, who frequents Colorado, if you guys didn't know.
Does frequent Colorado. Murder
And then
was just in Colorado.
Yeah, Lucha Libre and Laughs. It's a great promotion out here. They get a ton of big names. Suzuki is just one of them. But yeah, Minoru Suzuki and Eddie Kingston. That'd be an absolute dream match for me. Either one of those 2 guys. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's somebody more recently that I've taken inspiration from. His promo ability, his ability to connect with you on a realistic level, not so much professional wrestling level, which is a whole nother thing, but the realism he brings from his promos, I feel that shit in his matches when I watch him, man. And Suzuki is just Japanese royalty, like started Pancrase. He alongside Boss Rudin, he fucking jumped over to Pro Wrestling Noah and All Japan before joining New Japan. Like, anytime he shows up on any indie show or even on AEW, I'm always super happy. And then 2 people I'd love to see across the ring from each other. Man, I mean, we got it. Like, when I think of dream matches, I think of stuff like Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Like that's happened. But anybody from any time, dude. Give me Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, please.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Two.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
even care which version of Taker you pick, but probably before the streak got broken.
I was
To
gonna
be
say,
fair-
well, it would be Prime Takers. So I feel like shortly after the American Badass ended, when they were
Yeah.
kind of giving him they were giving him more of the promo ability because they saw just how good he was on the mic,
Yeah.
but at the same time he was still the dark, like
When he
mysterious
came back.
character. Yeah, I feel like that versus Colt. I don't know, because for me, I feel like the Fiend was Prime Wyatt for the lifespan that we got. Rest in peace. Like the Colt was something special, but the Fiend was really where we started seeing Wyatt's storytelling
The
and
Colt,
character building.
the Colt should have felt bigger, but due to lackluster booking and shit,
Exactly.
it fell short. Which I understand. You got to work with what you're given. No big deal there. But the Fiend. I think maybe that's the version. Maybe not the version that took on Randy Orton, but maybe the version that took on Finn Balor.
Yeah,
That
like
Fiend.
the prime, the original Fiend when
Yeah.
he first fucking
Yeah.
showed up and was wrecking shit.
Yes.
And
before
I
the
feel
Hell in a
like
Cell, before he got set on fire, before Alexa Bliss, before all that shit. Dude.
but yeah, I feel like that would be a really good fucking match.
No, it would be another one that just popped into my head. Two people that I friggin' absolutely love. Probably like in the realm of deathmatch, it'd be Sasha Onita versus John Moxley. That would be prime deathmatch, prime Japanese style, like taking both of those guys in their prime and putting them in an exploding barbed wire deathmatch.
that actually explodes. That actually works the way it's supposed to.
I'm gonna be a mark for a second, but I love that match, dude. Like the match itself is absolutely fantastic. I still watch it sometimes.
It's a great match.
Even though I know what's gonna happen, I still get like a little tense. But yeah, the lackluster explosion at the end. Damn Nakazawa.
We were just, what's funny is we were talking about that a few weeks ago, and I said the same thing. I was like, it was a great match, but it's overshadowed. The greatness of the match is overshadowed by the shitty finish, and it sucks because it was a really good fucking match.
Really was.
That is what we were talking about a minute ago, where you have this like great series of things, like 1,000 Canadian destroyers or something like big epic, like you have WrestleMania 19 all over again with Hogan and Rock, and the finish is a roll up.
Yeah,
that's that thing.
No, I agree. That
this may or not may not. I think the first one gets missed, but the rest of them are pretty cool on that one.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure how to do that. We'll show that video right before we send Niles on his way here, because that was my last question. As always, we always do extend the opportunity for our guests to stay on and chill and shoot the shit. We talk news, we watch botches, we watch any matches, anything like that. So you're more than welcome to stay on. But if you do need to dip out, we do understand. We're gonna watch this match this thing real quick. So this is the
Tail in one shot. Line. Right on the skull. Chris Jackson. The suplex cephalopod. Dylan Nix.
Is it?
Dylan Nix.
Okay.
Well,
here's the suplex take for me. Is it a Saito if you're not actually spinning with them?
It's more of a backdrop driver
Yeah, I
at
was
that
gonna
point.
say, isn't it just a backdrop or a teardrop?
I mean,
Depending on what you want to call it.
teardrop, you have to go under the leg for it. Technically,
Okay, so yeah,
teardrop is
depending
around
on
the
the
neck,
way you
under the
hook
leg.
them.
Yeah, that was
Depending on the
that's
way
more
you
of a
hook
backdrop driver.
Yeah.
I wasn't spinning because I didn't know who was behind me. So I was going up. I was going
gonna
straight up,
say,
straight down. I was being safe with
Sahido,
it.
to me, the big thing with the Sahido is the 180. Yeah,
Yeah.
the 180 drop for it.
Yeah, more. I will do that in a match where I know what's around me, but a rumble, if I'm just
Yeah, a
gonna
rumble is
straight
not
up,
the
straight down.
position to hit a Sahido.
Like even with Germans,
Unless
like
you're
if you notice,
Barnaby.
yeah, if you notice with the Germans, I even turned and gave a quick glance behind me before I threw Chris to make sure that corner was relatively empty.
Yeah. I did notice that.
Yeah.
So, that was my last interview question, Niles. Are you going to hang out, shoot the shit, or do you need to dip out?
Nah, I gotta dip out, man. I gotta go
All right.
play father to my little girl, make dinner and stuff.
That is
Hell
legit.
yeah.
Understandable.
No, that's legit. Cool.
I like
So
how you
we
say
just
dinner
end
at 10 o'clock here.
Yeah. They always give me shit. Every time we start this motherfucking podcast, I'm eating food and they give me shit for it. And I'm like, dude, it's 9 o'clock for y'all. It's 7 for me. I'm eating food. I'm eating dinner. It's dinner time.
Stop torturing them, man.
So we always end the podcast, of course. Plug all your shit, all your social medias, merch, any shows you have coming up. I know that I think we're booked on pretty much the same shows right now that are coming up because the summer schedule is, of course, slowing down. So, but plug any shows you have coming up, any matches, merch, social media, anything like that. And then you are free to leave. Thank you for being here. This was cool. This was fun.
Yes,
You're
thank you.
our
This was fun.
first official Colorado guest, so you get to add that to your list of not only being a triple crown champion, but also you get to brag about the fact that you were the first Colorado guest on the Purr Sessions. So the floor is yours.
I'm gonna give the boys a hard time for that one. But no, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me. As far as social media, you can find me on Facebook at Niles Blood, Instagram at Niles Blood. YouTube is The Real Jabroni. Upcoming shows, man. We have August 30th. I will be on BPW Livewire here in the Springs at Sunshine Studios. That's going to be.
I might be there.
I also have Slave to the Deathmatch incoming, which will be a 3-day event from the 20th to the 22nd here in Denver at the Roxy Theater. It's going to be an absolute banger. It's the 15th year that this tournament has taken place, one of the longest running deathmatch tournaments in not only America, but the world. And it's always an honor to be there and participate. I've won the qualifier twice and now headed towards it as AIWF Deathmatch Champion. I couldn't be more excited for what's in store for that. And then Colorado Wrestling Connection. Hillside of Horrors, October 15th at the Hillside Community Center here in Colorado Springs. That's going to be a fantastic event. They've already booked a coffin match between Damian Malice and Adrian Grimm, and it looks like Manny Lemons will take on the current CWC heavyweight champion, Sam Stackhouse. So, and I don't know what I'm doing yet for that show, but I know I'll be defending the Young Dragons title. Put your hand down. I don't want
I was like, fuck that shit. I went home sore last time we faced off. I don't want you. Fuck you.
Yeah, man. That's what I got going on immediately. We also have September 8th, Marlon Bishop's Chopping Block 5 at Brewability, Pizzability in Denver, Colorado. That's going to be a free show for anybody in the area that wants to come check it out. Marlon Bishop's Chopping Blocks have been shaping up to be one of the premier events for Primos and for Colorado wrestling in general. Those shows are absolutely stacked. Not only do we have local talent like myself and Levi Spade, but we also have great international talent that comes through. The IWC champion, Dragon King, Matt Cross was that one. Like we've had some really great events at the Chopping Block. So looking forward to that one too, man. And looking forward to the next time I could be on your guys' podcast. I know you got a list of people to get through, but next time it'll be awesome.
No, once we get through the list, we'll probably start re-listing people. And you'll definitely be on that re-list of people. But I, of course, appreciate you for being here. Thank you. Make sure you guys Make sure you guys are keeping up to date with all of Niles' stuff. He is killing it, of course, as we have mentioned multiple times. He is a Triple Crown champion in the state of Colorado, which is a very esteemed thing to say, to be able to say about yourself. So make sure you're keeping up to date. Check out Niles Blood on all the things, and I will, of course, see you later, Niles, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys, man. Thank you.
You are all set to go. Peace out.
Have a good one, buddy. Thank you.